Hello. Welcome back to Mo Money's channel. And today we are blessed and pleased to have our dear friend, Mr. Ritesh. Mr. Ritesh, how are you?
Very good. Thank you so much. I'm pleased to be on the Mo Money channel as well.
Hey, thank you so much, man. If you guys don't know Ritesh, you guys are doing something wrong. Ritesh is younger than me. And honestly, I look up to him more than a lot of people I see around in the business world. An entrepreneur, self-made. I mean, he went from selling SIM cards to selling to homes, and is a Oyo Rooms, which is a franchise. I would say is a franchise and leased. You say, what's the exact term you would say? Franchise leased.
No, we just call ourselves a brand for hotels and holiday homes. We manage 1 million of these across the world. 1 million hotel and holiday home rooms.
1 million.
600,000 hotel rooms and 400,000 holiday home rooms.
Okay.
In 80 countries around the world. So that's what we do. But you're very generous. That's very nice of you to say. But we're just getting started. Long way for us to go.
I like that. So I've been. Let me just turn off this. Just in case we get any phone calls, we don't want.
Go nice on me.
We don't want any interruptions. No, I'm going hard. I have a lot of questions that the fans want to hear. No, I'm joking. So I want to start off by saying congratulations to your success. I mean, I believe it was 5 years?
Six and a half years.
6 years. Again, I'm saying the reason I said SIM cards is because you've told this story a few times when I was around you this past few weeks. And yes, going from selling SIM cards to having one of the biggest hotel franchise leasing companies in the world. It's number 2, I believe, now.
Among the leading ones.
Among the leading ones. And he's not even getting started yet. Still scratching the surface. That's awesome. I definitely want to ask you a few things now. There's too many cliche questions about how you did it, and the same old questions over and over again. I'm sure you're sick of. What I want to ask you is, what do you wish you didn't do, or what do you wish you did do that you regret? Big mistake that you did regret in your business.
Oh, there are so many of them. I think when you build a company, almost every year you get the chance to reflect. And this is the year of COVID when reflection has been at its ultra maximum. There are so many learnings. I think to begin with, I should have started earlier. So that's on a lighter note. I feel like, the day you feel that you want to really solve the problem that you're excited about, I think that's the day you should start. Okay. And I kept procrastinating for a little while. We brought some fantastic leaders, but I wish I would have gotten them earlier than the time I got them. And more recently, I think, as COVID set in, I think one of the thoughts I have is, and this is something that I don't think I had a lot of choice in, just given what COVID handed us over. But I think just the amount of tough decisions we had to make in the middle of COVID, I wish I didn't have to make. It was probably one of the hardest decisions of my career I had to take in the middle of COVID. So these are examples of things I regret and I wish I had done differently. And there's some that I had to do and I wish I didn't have to do it.
Tell me about it. The world we're living in right now, this 2020 has been on another level. So obviously you are a business owner. And a lot of people out there watching could be business owners as well. And even aspiring entrepreneurs. I want to be like you. I want to be maybe like me after they see this video. It's definitely going to be you, not me. What would you advise people to invest their money in as a business owner, not necessarily a investor or a firm or a VC, just as a business owner?
To begin with, I think each one of your listeners adores you. That's why they're watching you in the first place. So there is no question about that, Mo. And I think specifically about the question about what do I suggest people to invest their money on? First off, I'm not a professional investment advisor.
Exactly, yeah.
But as I think about my own capital, first off, I think I'm such a believer in my business that any of my capital or more, I'd invest all of that in Oyo. But outside of that, I feel one of the things that I find most excited about is that a lot of young people are creating some incredible companies in the world right now. And I have seen companies get built, and my company in itself is only 6.5 years old. But I've been seeing companies getting created last 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years old, which are creating substantial impact around the world. And whenever I see them, I feel like I wish I was a part of them getting built in some way. I would have learned so much all over again. So I feel like the only other thing I find exciting is trying to help entrepreneurs trying to create new businesses. You learn so much more. You become a part of a story which is being created, which will be probably once in a lifetime. And third, hey, you make a lot of return. I know of people who have been early investors in some of the world's most successful companies, and they've made great financial returns. So I think those combination of three things are, in my view, that make me excited about investing in private companies which are either pre-IPO or very early stage, just getting started. I find them very intriguing. It's not an investment advice for people, but just something that I personally think as a potential way of allocate my capital outside of OYO. 99.99% is OYO because this is what I'm doing. But if there's a little bit out, I'll only invest in younger companies who are trying to build their businesses.
You'll invest in A-list. That's what he's trying to say. A-list is next. I'm joking, but would you say tech is the next big or the best opportunity to be able to invest right now? Technology, obviously. Or what's your opinion?
I absolutely believe that technology and biotech are two of the fastest growing fields. But technology is a misunderstood phenomenon. A lot of people think technology to be like just the apps, or some people think technology as being something which are deep sciences. I think, in my view, any industry can be changed by using technology, whether it is agriculture, farming, chemicals. Technology is going to make a difference to each one of these industries, including manufacturing. Of course, I've heard about 3D printing and things which are every segment around you, whichever businesses you see, in my view, in the times to come, they will all effectively become technology-oriented businesses. So I love businesses which are taking unorganized segments like that of small hotels and holiday homes like mine, or various other businesses, or what you're trying to do in A-List with individuals, and bringing them under one organized format and ensure that the whole business becomes transparent, easy to transact, and ensures that it creates value for everybody in the ecosystem. So yes, I believe technology, and probably beyond technology, biotechnology as a specific field.
So this is a funky question. I don't know. I want to ask you something. I'm sure you've gotten so many different advice from so many different people all around the world, whether they're younger than you or older than you or think they're smarter than you. What's the most offbeat advice that you've ever heard from somebody? The craziest, offbeat, weirdest. And then you thought to yourself, you know what, let me at least try. Like, okay, let's try, let's give it a shot. And it worked. Has that happened before?
Oh, there are quite a few of them. Let me try and tell two of them.
Okay.
One of them is, every 6 months or so, I get the opportunity to listen to tough feedback from all my leaders. I think I'm very lucky that my leaders and my top partners are people who are very clear and very honest, and sometimes quite cathartic in the feedback to me. So I asked for this feedback saying, what can I do better? And one of them said, in meetings you speak a lot sometimes. You don't let other people tell their thoughts and feedback. So I said, how can I improve it? What can I do? So I was told, whenever you want to speak, take a deep breath and think about it to yourself. About whatever you're going to say, is that going to be the most valuable thing in that meeting? If it is not, then maybe someone else will tell something very valuable. So that worked very well. Every time I speak in a meeting nowadays, I take a deep breath and I think, am I going to add a lot of value by saying this? The other one is by the founder of a very successful company, somebody I'm inspired by and I completely adore. I don't get asked this question a lot, by the way. So he has built this company like a ohana. Ohana in Hawaiian means the family. And he told me that when we were thinking about our culture and our values, there are 4 values that are very critical for us. There is a value of being able to provide respect, equal respect, ownership, being able to make sure that you have the ability to move fast and execute, or probably take charge. And the fourth is trust, not in the same order. So he pushed me to say, which one of this first? So I had a big question between trust or initiative, or integrity. And then he said, Ritesh, if I were you, I would keep trust first. That is, if you make trust your number one value, trust with your ecosystem, trust with your customers, trust with your partners, everybody, your business will do so much better. And this year, anything that we've done, good or bad, we've been transparent, straightforward, and tried to communicate with trust in as many places as we could. And I have seen the difference of this.
Okay. What if the trust isn't fully there? And it's like, you need to work on it, obviously. So,
I have learned, this is my learning, right? Of course, the advice was by, the founder of Salesforce, Mark Benioff, who's fantastic. I'm very inspired by him. The second bit, which is about, trust. Sometimes there is no trust, right? And I know a lot of people who'd say that trust is earned, so let the other person earn your trust. I have a slightly different take on it. My take is you should give trust to be able to earn trust, because until you let somebody earn your trust, they can never earn it. So in order to let somebody earn your trust, you should give them trust.
And then let them subtract whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's my learning. So let me give a tactical example, right? So there's a new person who just joins your company, and you feel like, can I trust him or her? I don't know. In a typical world, you'd say, let me wait for a period of time and let them demonstrate whether they can earn my trust. But my belief is we should bring that individual in and give them 3 of the most sensitive problems. And by the reaction, you will know whether they are going to earn your trust or not. If they are going to earn your trust, they're going to take all 3 of those, create good impact, and keep it in a smaller group. But if they take it and you feel like, they're not being as responsible about it, you know what it is. So I think, and 99.9% of the time, the other person will respect you giving trust to them, and they will respond by earning your trust.
I like that one. I like that approach. That's gonna be my next tactical approach on any business opportunity or business partnership I'm in. Okay, if you were to give yourself 3, or usually people ask, like, what are the 3 best things you love about yourself? What are the 3 things you don't like the most about yourself?
So the first one is, I think I am so engaged in my work that a lot of times I wish I could take a step back and be able to think about other things beyond that of work. So that's one, probably. The second thing that I do not like about myself is because I want to try and be. Sometimes you get very passionate about work. Sometimes you should be able to take a step back and then just use data to be able to make decisions rather than just being so passionate. So, when you're doing 100 things, you'll get 2 things wrong, 98 things right, or 95 things right, 5 things wrong. Taking that just as an objective feedback rather than really blaming yourself and trying to make amends. And I think the third one would be, I guess, I wish I could, over the years, I have been able to build deep relationships with our hotel partners. This was one of my New Year resolutions this year. And hundreds of them are on WhatsApp with me. I get to speak to them, engage with them, and so on. But last year, as our company grew across the world, I did not have the opportunity to spend so much time one-on-one with our hotel partners. So this year, I've been spending a lot of time with them. So I do a town hall almost every couple of weeks with all of our hotel owners. I get to engage with them on messages and so on. So I think 3 things. One, being able to take a step back outside of work. Second is not being too emotional about some data points that are where you just can take the data point and learn from it. And the third one is spending more time in building or quality individual and group time with building relationships with our stakeholders.
Okay, that's awesome. All right, man, I'm not going to be too long on you. I know you got a lot of things to do. Like you said, addicted. This guy is the most addicted to work I've ever seen. So tell me, If somebody wants to be as successful as Mr. Ritesh Agarwal, what piece of advice would you give this kid, adult, elderly person? It really doesn't matter. What piece of advice would you give to push them and to be as successful as somebody like you?
You want me to be honest?
Yes.
Just listen to Mo Money's videos. Sorry, I'm just joking.
See, what my videos were before were a lot of showing luxury life and this and that. Now I'm trying to tackle of how, not to show you guys the money, but how to make this money. So interviewing somebody like him, saying, okay, teach us. Like, obviously you're not going to teach us in 10 minutes, but what advice would you give to somebody? Tell them, hey, listen, do this for the rest of your life or for the rest of your career, and you could potentially succeed.
So, one of the things that I have learned, by the way, a lot of these are views that I have also learned over time. When I started, I had a very simple aspiration. That is, I was enjoying solving this problem. I just wanted to do more and more of the same thing. But coming back, I think from my perspective, over the years, what I've learned is some people would just trade their time for a certain amount of money. I feel wealth creation doesn't happen with just that. Wealth creation happens by solving a core problem, building a competency that is one time, but it creates value for a long period of time. So, building your own company, joining a company, but instead of just taking salary, asking for a little bit of stocks or ownership along with it, even if it means earning slightly lesser salary in the early period. Fundamentally thinking about wealth creation more than that of just income. There's a difference between both of them as two different points. And my view with that is the biggest boon that you can have for that is patience and ability to just seize through. I think few people have the resilience to wait for long enough. I always say, if you're young, for example, you're starting your own company, don't give up too early. Keep digging. There is always light on the other side of the tunnel. But if you leave too early, you'll just say that, hey, the tunnel is so dark. Done. So I feel patience and resilience is very critical.
Okay, amazing. Great. And of course, everyone watching is like, I want to work for Mr. Ritesh. How can I work for him? If somebody does want to come and work for you, how do you accept applications? Is there a website to go to? How does that work?
So the three ways. The first is, a lot of our own Oyopreneurs and team members have gone out and built their own businesses, and we are starting to formally support that by means of a lot of our team members understand the industry so well that they go and say that, hey, can I set up a small hotel management company or a holiday home management company and partner with for generating business or create distribution partnerships. So we welcome anybody who'd like to sort of set up a small business, to rent a few houses and run them with us, or take up enabling business for us. We would welcome it. Both of these, you can come to our website and apply for it. The second one is, if you want to come work with Oyo, in a lot of parts of the world, wherever we are bringing back people, we unfortunately had to furlough some people in early part of the year due to COVID. So our first preference is we're going to call them back and make sure that as many of them we can give jobs ourselves, or our friends will make sure that they get the jobs. But beyond that, there are some specialized skills that we may recruit in times to come. So please come to careers.oyorooms.com that you'll again find on our website.
I'll put that in the bottom as well.
Yes. So come build businesses with us, be entrepreneurs, or be a member of our family, either internally or at Red. And all of those are available on our website.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I'm going to put all the information in his website, everything in the link in the bio. Also, at the bottom, it's going to be scrolled. I'm also going to put his Instagram. I'm convincing him he needs to get on social media immensely. And after today, he promises he's going to get on social media heavy and do a lot more of these interviews, talks about entrepreneur, teaching you guys how to do it, when to do it. A lot of advice. I think it'll be great.
For me personally, I find it the most exciting when young people build companies that become truly impactful. I really hope genuinely that people who are listening to us, a few of them build businesses that are much bigger than Oyo. So all of them become successful businesses, and they all say that I listen to Momani's channel, and now I'm doing so well in life. So I wish and I've made difference to so many people's lives. Brought jobs, made people's lives better.
Honestly, I could say Ritesh is one of the most humblest, if that's even a word, most humble person I have met. A person with his level of success, level of business, and the amount of just humble and humility he has with people is just on another level. So I really do appreciate that. I'm going to put all his information. Make sure you guys follow him on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, all that good stuff. If you have anything else to say to the world.
No, thanks for bearing with me for all this period. I hope all of you build fantastic businesses and make all of us proud.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ritesh.
Thank you
and
so much.
much love. And we'll see you when you come back next time to Dubai. Have a good time.
Thank you.
Cheers, brother. Guys, make sure you subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ritesh, tell them to press the subscribe button. Press that subscribe button.
Press the subscribe button.
Peace.